Okay, we're recording. Hey, Kelvin, how do you pronounce your last name?
Ornelas.
Yeah, I knew that. Okay, so we're here with Kelvin Ornelas. And for those of you that don't know Kelvin, he's a punk-ass street racer. I'm just playing. Now, Kelvin,
he's supposed to go the other way.
we featured your car, what, a year and a half ago? This is it. Hold on.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, right here. Okay, so, what is it? And don't lie to us this time.
No, it's a simple setup. It's just it's a K24 block. It's a K24 block. It has Weisico 11 5-to-1 pistons. Has the Manley rods. It's a ported head. It's a K20 head with IPS cams and valve train and just off the shelf turbo kit. It's
off the shelf. Like what turbo's on it?
What shelf is it off?
No, it's basically it's all pieced together, man. I bought the turbo manifold from one dude, the turbo from another dude. But it's just it's a precision. Was it a 6265? It's like the predecessor before the 6266 came out.
I always get the numbers confused. I wish they would just call turbos like the Annihilators and the Demolishers. That would be so much easier. I don't even know what turbo I have half the time.
I remember when I first started learning, everybody just called the turbos T3, T4s. Yeah. Like, oh man, wait, you got the T3, T4? Yeah. But it's like, now that you know, you're like, yo, that makes no sense at all. That's not telling me anything about the turbo whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, for being kind of like a pieced-together thing, it's held up pretty well, right? Didn't you've had a little bit of problems, but overall...
Well, this is the third motor? Or... I think it's the third motor that I've had in there. So the first K-Series that was in there, it was just pistons and rods with the stock head, and that one made like 520, I think, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But that was around the time that it was stanced out.
Yeah.
It was slammed, and I hit something in the road, and it crushed the oil pan up, and it starved the motor for oil. So that went out the drain. And then the second motor, I fucked up, and I jacked it up from the oil pan, and that same shit happened. Yeah, that's something we don't like to talk about. But yeah, this one, knock on wood, something. It's held up nice. It has little quirks here and there.
Yeah.
But it's definitely held up.
That's awesome. I don't know, man. Tell me if you're kind of like with me on this. Like, I feel like you're kind of like a dying breed, like this hardcore Honda dude. That, I'm not saying you're not into like the cool JDM stuff or the clean look or any of that kind of stuff, but like for you, it's like obviously about going fast. And for like me when I was a kid, that's what it was about, man. It was about going fast. And then I feel like there was like a generation shift, right? Where like it's more important that you just look cool and that you got the right parts and can check off the right boxes and impress the right Joey Lees and all that shit. And it's like there's not many Honda guys flying that street racing flag anymore, by and large, there are.
There's really not.
Like, I just, like when we were at IA, we were at Import Alliance, Talladega, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. And like, yeah, it was like you're just like the lone pirate out there, man, doing your thing. And it's just like, damn, man, when did this happen? First of all, when did all the 90s Civics kind of freaking disappear? Like, I guess they've either been sold or they've gotten too nice and they're not coming out. I don't know. It's like all of a sudden these cars are kind of gone. And then when you see them, they're kind of so pampered that nobody's out there thrashing them anymore.
Well, that's what I can't remember his name. Dude with that green EG, the super clean one.
Oh yeah. Down in South Atlanta. Tom. Yeah, I was gonna say Tony. Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to him, and like I feel like like me, him, my cousin Jose with the Turbo Silverado, like I feel like there's only a few like Honda people in Atlanta that are part of like the OG ones, that'll build a suit like a clean car.
Yeah.
But they're not afraid to go out and and actually beat on it.
Yeah.
We were talking about it the other day that we went to the last Import Alliance, the one in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And it's all 8th gens now, 8th gens, 9th gen, 10th gens. like it's rare to see an Integra or AG or anything out there. Like, so I mean, it's kind of weird. I feel like they're definitely dying out. You know,
well, yeah, it might
it's
be
like,
different. You know, it might be different on the West Coast. You know, where people are holding on to those and taking them out for the nicer events and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like what happened in the last 2 years or something. It's like all of a sudden, man, it was like a domino effect. Everybody got rid of them. Or put them up, or I don't know it. I mean, I guess some people got rid of them. Some people just got them stored or whatever. But yeah, all of a sudden, it's like 2005 and up, and all the older ones are gone.
I think a lot of people grew out of it, man. Like, because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I may be wrong, but I feel like Hondas are like a gateway, like into the car world. Yeah. Like, you'll start off with the Honda and do this, but I think eventually you get tired of it and be like, oh, I kind of want like an adult car now, like a. But, you'll like something different, but I feel so like the OG Honda guys have gone to, like, if they're not in it anymore, they've gone to like Corvettes or CTSVs or something. Yeah. And then the newer generation, like, they're getting into the 8th gen Civics or the 10th gens. I feel like that's their EGs and EKs. Yeah. But I mean,
talk about, you were saying it's a Honda something you grow out of, but you've had a Z06. And you went back to a Honda. Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I mean, I even right now, I have those moments where, like, I'm like, man, fuck this Honda. Let me go get something else. Yeah. But like you did, man. Like, I'll go out there and drive a car to work, and I'll be like, oh, dude, this is fucking amazing. He's like, yeah, fuck a CTSV, something like that. But
dude, yeah. I mean, not that anybody reads my damn articles, but like, I always talk about that kind of stuff. I'm like, the Honda, like a swapped Honda, right? Like a little 90s or 80s Honda, gutted out, swapped, all that. It gives you a driving experience, like, that's radical at any budget. You know what I mean? Like, everybody thinks, like, the Honda, because they made so many of them, and because they were so damn good, and there's still so many of them out there from 30 years ago, like, people discount them, and they say, oh, it's a cheap car, or whatever. Well, it doesn't mean it's a less than car. Like, I think a lot of these guys, they start out in Hondas, and they start out street racing and the import scene and all that, and then you grow up and you feel like you need to grow out of your Honda, and all these guys have gone to BMWs or Porsches or whatever it is, and nothing against those cars, those are awesome cars, but like, they're different. They're not going to give you that same feeling that a Honda will, that same absolutely raw, connected feeling that you get from a Honda. Like, I say this all the time, man. I know guys that are racing very expensive cars, that if you could just hide the Honda badge and put a freaking BMW badge on them and tell them it's some vintage, rare BMW, they'd be all over it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I do think that you're going to see a lot of people kind of our age or whatever start to go back. Because as we branch off to other things, we like other things, but it also makes us realize how cool that Honda was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you always go back to your roots, man. You're gonna sit and travel. Like, man, it happens to me all the time. I'd be, I daily the Z06 for like 6 months, and I'd be like, yeah, cool driving a Z06. But then I'd be sitting at a red light and I'd see like a super clean, basic Honda drive by, and I'd break my neck looking at it. I'm like, damn, I was like, fuck, let me go get mine, But
they're just freaking wild, man. Yeah. I mean, like, dude, I've had V8 fever. I've had that Camaro fever, because I've been talking about it. Like, real bad. And then I cleaned up my CRX after a year and a half. It was, for y'all listening, like, it was sitting for no good reason. Like, I took it to my in-laws' house where they have some property, and it, a month turned into 16 months, and it had been sitting, and I was like, great, man, now I've let this thing go, and this is going to be a problem. I put a battery in, and it fired right up. Like, it was basically saying, dude, where you been? Come on, let's go. So I put air in the tires. I went ripping through my town, like a bat out of hell. And it was like, man, fuck a Camaro. Like, dude, there is just, like, it, and it's not even, it ain't fast. It's a B16. But, like, the attitude of the car,
It's a smile on your face, man. It's peppy. Like, it wants to go fast, man.
It's just a hilarious car. Yeah, it's loud. It, the exhaust is pointed right at the people you're passing. It's hilarious, man. It's just a fun, man, I don't know.
And I feel like when I usually get in that fucking Honda mood, it's usually we go street racing or we go to the track. Yeah. And what gets me is that, you see the Honda guys out there, yeah, it's fast, but, like the all-motor guys, for instance, they're out there with, Lexan, no interior, no dash and everything. and they're running
car anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cool. Your car's running 9s, but the CTSV next to you has heated seats and the air conditioner blowing, and he's still gonna drive it home.
Yeah.
You go on a date with a girl or something. Yeah, exactly. While you have to load up your car because you can't even sit on it. For more than 5 minutes because you're gonna die of carbon monoxide poisoning. But that's what kind of gets me sometimes. That's what kind of puts me in my feels.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things, man.
I hear you. But, dude, we're sitting there watching you at Import Alliance, and like I said, you're kind of the last of a Mohican, at least in that Import Alliance crowd, because, at Talladega, there wasn't a whole bunch of the 90s swapped, clean but built and fast cars. And so, for those of you guys who don't know, they were doing roll racing down pit lane. What was it? It was like, what? When did you go? From 30 on or what?
It was like about a 35-ish roll to...
Okay.
I think I was doing probably 130-ish, somewhere in there. Like 130, 120-ish.
This dude, y'all, was just raping everybody. Like, I was sitting there watching kind of from the booth, and it was like new ZL1s, which was like the car that I was drooling over. You were putting freaking car lengths on them, Yeah. It's like, okay, well, maybe you just got it. GTR, you're putting car lengths on. Every time I saw you running, you just,
GTR was so salty afterwards, man. He was so mad.
But that's the great thing about a Honda. You can't lose. You know what I mean? It's just...
That's true.
But see, that's an excuse, man. You drive a Honda and you race. If you win, you're like, oh, shit, you just lost to a Honda. But if you lose, you're like, fuck it, it's a Honda. Fuck, man.
Yeah, it's the dude I almost had you, It's it's the same thing with my Fiesta, It's that kind of you can't lose, so you pick on everybody, man. Like, anybody with a V8 is getting picked on, because you can't lose.
Man, when I pulled up to the line, I couldn't even, I was trying to, ask people if they wanted to race, and, nobody was taking me seriously, man. I was I asked, I think, was it one of the STs, the Ford STs, hey, you want to line up? And he looked at my car, he's like, nah, man, you're good. And I was like, oh, damn. I was like, okay, shit. So then I lined up with the, was it that Turbo MR2?
Yeah.
And then after that, they're like, oh, shit. Then the Camaro was like, yo, I'll line up. And then the GTR. And then after that, I was trying to get a run with one of the staff members had his Hellcat out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, yo, let's line him up. And he's like, nah, bro. He's like, nah, I can't even do it. He's like, I don't want to go out like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is kind of fitting that an old school Honda is the one that went out there and did work on everybody at IA.
Dude, you inspired me for sure, man. I got motivated on my CRX when I got back home, man.
Now I've been telling you, man. I've been telling you to come out with me, for what, past 4 or 5 months, man.
Dude, it's just funny because, I always play that car to, man, I don't know, my car's balanced and it's fun for the street. And after watching you, I'm like, screw all that, man. I don't want to. I'm not trying to build a track car. I'm not trying to build a balanced car or a period correct car. I want to build the fastest damn Honda in town. You know what I mean? I want to just. You just motivated me to go stupid fast, and that's cool. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. That's what Import Alliance, no offense to Import Alliance, it's not their fault, but that's what the scene, the culture is missing now, is people are too worried about freaking whether you're right-hand drive or whether, it's just, who the hell cares,
I can't, talk too much shit on that because I feel like I was going in that direction for a while.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drive the car because oh man, what if I get rock chips or I don't want to drive it because this is gonna happen. And then after a while, I'm like, man, I have this car that's, got all these nice parts in it and it sits in the garage. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
After that, I was, damn, you look at it right now, man, it has chips. The other day, we're doing 150 and moldings flew off. I was like, okay, cool. So I had to buy a molding the night before.
How the hell do you go that fast in that car, man? I would freaking be terrified.
Yo, no joke.
I can tell you right now, my CRX, I don't.
It's sketchy, man. I mean, that car was never meant to go that fast.
Hell no. Half that.
I've been 160 in that car, and I mean, you can ask Erica. Erica's been with me. I mean, it's scary, dude. I mean, you have to fight the car. You're literally fighting the car every minute until you let off the gas. It's definitely a sketchy ride.
Yeah. That's That's interesting. Yeah, there's no way, dude. I can be running down the road at 75 and I'm like white knuckled in a little CRX. Cause it's just
well, I mean, the whole thing is like, you know, coming like, okay, so say backtrack about 6 years ago. If you had like a 300 horsepower all motor hatch, you were killing it on the streets. But it's just so many cars are fast out. Like right now, right now my car isn't really fast compared to things that there are. I mean, it seems like every GTR that comes out there is making over 1,000.
Yeah.
You know, every Hellcat is, you know, out there making 1,000. It's definitely hard to be competitive now, man. Everybody's just, you know, booking it so much on the streets right now.
Yeah, I know. It's gotten stupid in the last couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, you'll go out there and you'll hear like the GTR guys, oh yeah, we'll do 60 to 180, and I was like, man, fuck.
God.
It's like, that's insane, dude.
Yeah, that's
like, I feel maybe that's it, man. Maybe that's the problem is the cars have gotten too damn fast. Like when I was a kid, we could street race, and the cops 9 times out of 10 would pull up and just tell everybody to go home. Like they kind of laugh at us and be like, "You don't go home. Try harder. Go buy some parts." You know? Yeah. Now you try and street race and it's flat out freaking dangerous. You know? Like,
it's ridiculous, man. I mean, it's ridiculous when some of those guys go out there, you know, and put on the street, man. I mean, it definitely blows my mind sometimes, man. It really does, man.
It's insane. Oh well. All right. Well, I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know, man. I think it's cool that you're kind of that OG in a sense. Not that you've been doing it necessarily forever, but that you understand what it's really about. And I wish kind of more people would get back to that. I don't know. I always looked at Hondas like you're supposed to screw with them. You know, and I would always, maybe I'm changing my mind on this, but I would always give like the Joey Lee kind of guys a hard time because they take Hondas so seriously. You know, and it's like, but dude, the Honda's supposed to be the glory of a Honda is that it's the car you take every day and you have more fun than everybody else in traffic. So when you start taking a Honda seriously, you've lost the whole point of what it is to tune a Honda. But now
taking
maybe
a
I'm
Honda
kind
and
of
treating it like a Ferrari or like some you know, vintage car.
But I don't know. I get it. I do get the there needs to be those guys that treat Hondas, you know, and kind of keep that pedigree, I guess, if you want to call it that, or the purity of it, and try and build the clean Hondas as great examples, you know, like Rywire, dude. Like, he's freaking on a different level. Yeah. But, like, for the average Joe, just don't build a car that you end up putting all your paychecks into just so you can't afford to drive it anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I have a point in that, man. I mean, when I was
there's a sweet spot.
I don't know if you know the FF squad out in Cali.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, man, I looked up to them, man. I mean, like Catman and all those guys, they build super clean cars, but, you know, they beat the shit out of them on the track, you know. I mean, they actually go out there. Yeah, you know, you had a guy with the right-hand drive Type R with, you know, Volt wheels or some shit. But on the weekend, you bet, you know, he'd be killing it on the track. You know, you're not afraid to, you know, use the car for what it was built. Yeah. I have a lot of respect for people like that. I mean, yeah, you can see nice cars, but like show queen or a garage queen, man. I mean, I don't see the point of it, man. Yeah. You're not in the car.
Well, that's what me and Mike have been talking about a lot. Is like, dude, you have a freaking duty to put your car on the street. If it's not on the street, like, it's not inspiring people, aside from Instagram. You know what I mean? But, like, when your car, and I know this from when we shot your car and we were following it through Winder or whatever, like, it sticks out like a sore thumb. It is obnoxious. You know what I mean? And, like, anybody that's seeing that is going, holy hell, that's cool. You know, it's just, it's inspiring people. It kind of gets people curious. It gets people online and looking and seeing, like, whoa, what the hell is this Honda thing all about? You know, like, I hear people make fun of them, but that one was fast as shit. You know, like, so.
That's what I love, man. That's the type of reactions I love to get, man. I mean, I love it, man. That's one of the reasons I love to put a Caffeine and Octane. Because you'll, like, roll in Caffeine and Octane, and you'll get, you know, the Honda guys, like the new age Honda guys that will just, like, and they'll just overlook it. And then you'll get, like, a Ferrari guy that'll be like, damn, that's a turbo, you know, what's this, what's that, you know, and they'll, like, I love that shit, man, you know? I love it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I don't know. It's just, you inspired me. I'm going to go dump some money into my CRX now. I
think
I'm trying to make some deals. We'll see what I can do. But yeah, I don't know, man. I want to keep it alive. I want to try and do what you're doing. You know?
I was pretty upset when you said you were gonna sell it, man.
Dude, I was gonna sell it. I got it running to sell it. You know, like I was like, all right, let me get it cleaned up, make sure it's running, and then I guess I got it. It was that same thing. Well, I should move on, and it was a lot of guilt. It was like I'm letting this car get ruined because I'm holding on to the nostalgia of it, you know, and that's not right. Some kid would love to have this thing.
Yeah.
And then I cleaned it and looked at it, and I was just like, damn! It's so obnoxious. It's unlike anything else, you know?
I was actually thinking about offering you money for it, man. Just to, you know, have it, you know, there, you know.
Just to be like, you're making a mistake, I'm going to buy it, and I'll sell it back to you when you come
so you realize what you did, then you can get it back.
Yeah, for $2,000 more.
That's almost what I did. That's almost what I did with Noah's car, man. When Noah had the coupe for sale, whenever he was parting it.
Hold on, wait. Tell us about the coupe, because, yeah, people probably don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So, I love Noah's build. Ever since he started that build on the coupe, I've loved it.
Yeah.
So, like,
this is Noah from Funk Fashion. For
Noah.
Guys. It was the lime green car, if you guys have seen it. Anyway, yeah, whatever. You ended up buying it. What did you do?
Yeah, I mean, the car, it was a show car, man. He was a straight show car. I guess he used it as what his business. And when he was parting it out, man, I followed that car. I really liked the shell and everything. And I was like, man, I just can't see, you know, some 16-year-old kid picking up that car and throwing some, you know, shitty wheels on it. And, you know, it's going to be fucking destroyed in a year and a half.
Yeah.
So let me buy this shit. So I bought it and, you know, did a K-swap and turned it into a track car, dude. And I love it, man. I mean, that just, you know, fucking makes my day when people say, like, man, I'm glad that car is, you know, doing this and doing that now.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I definitely rescued that car from, like, a horrible, you know, future I could have had with some random person, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you drive that car on the street too, or nah?
Man, dude, I love driving that car, man.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I had like days where I'm like, man, fuck this car, post it up for sale. You know, there's probably like 6 or 7 for sale threads for that car floating around on Facebook. But I love it, man. I love that I can beat the shit out of it. Like, I'll drive it to work and literally redline it at least 15 times on my way to work in a 15-mile drive.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's not, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not very fast. It only makes like 230 to the wheels, I mean, but it's fun, dude. It's a super, super fun car to drive.
Hell yeah.
But I love it, man. It just sits in the driveway right now, but...
You like it better than the gray car?
Certain ways, yes, man. The gray car, when I take it out, there's always thoughts in the back of my head. Like, oh, you know, this is going to be the pool where the transmission goes, or this is going to be the pool where...
You can ask Mike about that. Dude, did you know that? Oh, yeah, you knew that, right? Mike finally got his supercharger on, finally got it tuned, and on the second run down the drag strip, he grenaded the transmission.
Bullshit, man.
This car like 2,000 miles.
I didn't even do it launching the car. Didn't even do it on the launch. The freaking 3 to 4 shifts, just 4th gear was gone. Completely.
Well, you know what's so freaking hilarious about it? Is that...
I've been through 5 trannies this year. 5.
All right, I don't feel so bad anymore.
5 transmissions.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
Changes
So
inspired.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh yeah, the stock transmission will hold it. Blah blah blah. This. So we were tuning, and like the shop is like literally 4 minutes down the road. So it did great on the dyno. First pull on the way home, just like a basic pull. 3rd gear goes on, sheared all the teeth off the gear. And I was like, I should have, you know, built it. But I was like, oh, let me try 4 more transmissions, see if I get lucky. And obviously I didn't work.
So that answers my question, because I was thinking, should I put the stock shit transmission back in or build it?
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Well, the funny thing about Mike is he sold out and got a Mustang because he was tired of breaking imports. He's like, man, this is ridiculous. I
was going to get my big boy car, you know?
Yeah. Oh wait, Mike.
Look where you are.
Yeah, he was like, oh, we're all trying to make these little Econobucks fast, and it doesn't work, and they break all the time. I'm just gonna go out and get me a Mustang, and then double the horsepower and break it.
With your $2,000 transmission. Yeah. How much is that transmission?
It's
like $2,000? Yeah.
It's expensive.
It's pretty expensive.
Oh well.
That's funny as hell, man.
Alright. Well, I guess that about does it. But for any of you guys listening, you know, I guess take some advice from old Uncle Kelvin over here. Go street racing a little bit.
Do it. Or
maybe not. Let's not promote that. Just have fun with your cars.
You're gonna get a lawsuit that said Wall Street Magazine told me to go street racing, and
Come on, man. I can't afford a lawsuit right now.
Do not street race. But keep the spirit of street racing alive. You know, like, come on, it's okay to go fast sometimes, y'all. And it's okay. You can do it in a good-looking car. Like, I don't know why this new generation seems like, you know, you gotta have it's gotta be a missile. You know what I mean? It's gotta be a piece of shit if it's gonna be fast. You can do it all. It's okay.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like we usually go out on Thursday nights. My Thursday nights are at work, man. I'm just like looking at the clock constantly, bro. I'm trying to get out of there as soon as I can, man, to make that drive out there, man. Like man, I'm just like, that's my Thursday nights, man. Anticipation, just waiting to get out there.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that's how it is.
That's cool.
Highlight of my week.
All right. Well, appreciate it, man. And for those of you guys that don't know, check out what's your, I don't know, do you do the Instagram thing? Do you want to tell anybody your Instagram or your Facebook or whatever?
What's my Instagram?
I love it. See, guys, he doesn't even know.
It's
You're the guy, man.
Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I got my secretary kind of telling me.
Just hold out a sign, Erica. In the background.
_K24.
Okay, it's Big Mac _K24.
All right. Do you use Instagram or are you better on Facebook?
I'll stay on Instagram, man. I'll stay on Instagram.
He's worse than a girl.
Say what?
He's worse than a girl.
Oh, okay. I can't stand Instagram.
I love Instagram.
That's just I'm always panicked about running out of battery, so I think that's why I don't like Instagram, because I can't use it for my damn computer. I gotta be on a phone. I'm like, this is ridiculous. My car's gonna break later, and I'm not gonna have battery because I was on freaking Instagram liking wheels.
Hell no. Fucking life decisions.
Yeah, I'm old school like that, man. Anyway, all right. Well, appreciate you, man.
Sounds good, guys. Y'all need to come out one day. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, maybe we'll come out and we'll get Hunter, our intern, to bring a video camera or something like that.
Oh man, they had a cash days last night. Actually, I didn't get to make it. I'll link you a tag and I'll send you a link in a minute. But it was ridiculous, man. There were, I think,
Videos are
like 20 cars out there, man. But it was like real life, like street outlaws, like that type of shit last night in Atlanta.
Dang.
Like it was some crazy shit, man. I wish I could have made it, but
shit makes me nervous. That's why I like Jeeps. I don't have to stress out and get all shaky.
It's not bad, man. Most of the cops, like in the spots that we go to, they already know what's up. So they'll show up and be like, okay, y'all leave. And usually everybody will just go around the block a couple of times and just come back as soon as they leave. That's what happens.
They probably got bigger damn problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely.
All right, man. Well, appreciate you.
Cool. We all take it easy, guys.
All right, man.
See you, man.
Transmission back up, man.
Dude.